Hey guys, it's Danny and I'm going to show you how to make the most basic kind of coffee filter flowers today. So the supplies that you're going to need are dried coffee filters, and I'll show you how to do that in another video if you want to watch the one before, and a good pair of cutting scissors, some cloth stem wire, which I got at Joann Fabrics, and actually anything will work really. You can use pipe cleaners, regular floral wire, whatever works, whatever will hold a flower up is just fine. And what I did was I took them and cut them in half because, as you can see here, they're pretty long, a lot longer than you would want for most of your coffee filter flower projects. So if you have either a Leatherman or a good pair of scissors, you can just cut them in half and that'll be about the perfect length for putting them in a vase or decorating. And then finally, you're going to need some washi tape. And you can get washi tape at most craft stores. You can get them at Walmart. They're so wonderful. It's my new favorite thing. And what you can do is you can look at the different widths. And I'm going to use the more narrow one today. And I like the narrow ones because they're easier to wrap the flower with because, again, that's what's going to hold our flowers together. So let's get to it. What I did was I took 3 coffee filters, and you can have different colors, get creative, have fun with it, and I put them all together so they're nice and even. And then I'm going to fold it in half 2 times. And once that's done, I'm going to take my scissors, and I'm going to start somewhere near the top, probably about a ½ inch or so away from the top, although these flowers are so forgiving, anything you do really will make them turn out great. So I'm just going to cut and make some wavy lines, although I've done jagged lines in the past, and that always turns out nice too. And so once I'm done cutting, you'll see some wavy lines like this, and then you'll open them up, and you'll have 3 coffee filters with some wavy edges, and then I just stagger them so that they're somewhat mismatched. It just makes a more full flower look. And then once that's done, I'm going to take my wire, and then one at a time, because if you try to do all 3 at once, the wire doesn't like to go through as well. So I'm going to go right for the center, poke one through, and then what I like to do is I make a little loop at the end because then your flower won't escape. I'm going to do all 3. And sometimes with this cloth wire, you'll notice that the tips start to fray, making it harder to get it on the flower. And if that happens, just keep pushing it up. You can wet it a bit if you need to, but it's something you just kind of have to live with because this floral wire likes to do that. And so once you have all 3 of them on, what you'll do is make another loop right at the top where your flower center is going to be. And this loop is just to help center the flower because you're going to wrap the flower around it. So you'll have a loop about that size. And now we're going to start bunching together the filter, or the flowers if you will. And so what I do is I just take the first one and I pinch it in half like so. And you're holding the bottom of the loop so you can see right here that I'm pinching. And then what you're going to do is you're just going to go around, kind of twist it around one time and then hold it in place. Then you're going to grab the next one, twist it around just like you did with the first one, and then you'll take the last one, and again just pinch it and fold it around. And the last one can be a little bit trickier, so just kind of finesse it to the way you like it. And then you're going to take your washi tape. Now you have to do a little bit of multitasking with this one. because if you let your flour go, it's going to flop around, and you don't want that. So I get real creative, and sometimes I use my teeth, sometimes I just rip it like so. Washi tape is pretty easy to rip. And then once you take your washi tape, you'll want it a few inches.